The Prophet says, alayhi salatu wasalam, when one of his companions came to him and said, "O Prophet of Allah, tell me what charity is the highest in reward?" So the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, to give in charity when you are healthy and miserly. Wallahi, even if you have billions, you're still a miser. You still want to keep most of it in your hand. So you rarely give because you don't know what the future holds. And this shows that you don't have any tawakkul on Allah. You think that the rizq you have is from my power, is from my own knowledge, is from my own work. Wallahi, it is not, except from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we don't realize this. So the Prophet says, the best charity and reward is to give in charity when you are healthy and miserly, fearing poverty and hoping for richness. Hoping for richness. Do not delay, the Prophet says, alayhi salam, do not delay until you are at the point of death, and then you say, give this to so and so, give this to so and so. No, when you're healthy, this is the best of charity in your reward. Now this is highly recommended, to write a will of such a nature. But if there are obligatory rights upon you, then it becomes mandatory to write a will. So for example, every beginning of the year in Muharram, I give my zakat. Nobody knows about my zakat. So I should write in my will, if I were to die in Ramadan, then you have to know when my zakat is, so that you would give the zakat in Muharram if you do not distribute the inheritance, because it's mine. Sometimes I may die after Muharram without giving zakat. Write in your will, I've delayed my zakat till the month of Safar. If I die, then this is a debt to Allah. Sometimes I make something that needs expiation, needs kafara, and I don't pay it off. Write in your will, because this is a debt Allah will hold you accountable for, so that your heirs would know. Sometimes one is not fortunate to perform Hajj. So he's 50 years of age, never performed Hajj. Write in your will, that's one of my heirs, or a proxy should be given from my wealth, so that he would perform Hajj on my behalf. Also, writing a will is mandatory if there are other people's rights to me or on me. So if I lend people money, my children don't know about this. I gave this 1,000, I gave this 100,000. We don't have papers, and I die. How would my heirs collect? So I have to write, so and so owes me this much. Here is his name, and here is his telephone number, and this is when he took the loan. Likewise, if I borrowed from people, this is a debt. I will suffer in my grave if I don't pay it off. So I have to write, I took 100,000 from so and so. This is his phone number and this is his name. If I die, contact him and give him from my wealth. And this would mean that when I die, I have a good ending, because all my rights and dues are settled, so that I won't be held accountable on the day of judgment. This is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. It is not right for a Muslim man who has anything that he wants to bequeath to stay for more than 2 nights without having his will written with him.